Good evening, everyone. I am back with another video. Hallelujah. So, tonight I want to talk about um, withholding. Okay. I want to talk about being a believer and facing different situations where it seems as if people are trying to withhold things from you. Whether if they're withholding favor from you, they're withholding good from you, they're withholding kindness from you, they're withholding even speech to you, words to you. Um, I've been in many situations where I'm around people, and this can be at church, this can be at a church, which is sad, where I walk into the room and everybody just goes silent, like just no words. Everybody's talking to everybody else, but then when it comes to me, I get the silent treatment, or oh, hey, how you doing, stuff like that. And I've always wondered, what was that about? Okay, now as a young person, when I was younger and I went through certain things like this in school, where even teachers, picking on me and calling me out if, like, for certain things, if I didn't know the answer, and trying to single me out, and just people treating me bad, like a certain way, like something was wrong with me. Now, back then, it wore on me and it made me insecure. But now that I'm older, I realize certain things and why I was treated a certain way, and what that means in reality. Because when people treat you bad all your life, and this is not a sob story, this is just me being real. When people treat you bad most of your life, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. You you tend to be prone to situations of other people treating you bad. You know what I mean? If you come from a family that doesn't build you up, but they tear you down, now when you go outside in the world, you face those things and you feel like, oh, well, this is just how it is. This is how, people just treat me this way. And you're not realizing that, no, you don't deserve to be treated like that. And people aren't treating you like this because something's wrong with you. Because, as the word says, we are fearfully and wonderfully made. God doesn't make mistakes when it comes to his children. Hallelujah. So there's no mistakes within me. There's no mistakes within you. Okay. But again, if you are brought up in a certain family that doesn't build each other up, but tears each other down, and you go out into the world, you are going to have a hard time, because people are going to treat you like, or even worse than your own family treats you. Especially if you don't know any better, especially if you haven't received, good treatment from people. So I'm saying all this to say that I've dealt with that in my past, as a young child, as a young adult, and it made me insecure. I always wondered, why do people treat me this way? What is wrong with me? Why do people try their hardest to come against me? Why do people try their hardest to single me out and pick me out and pick on me? And you know what I'm saying? Why is that? And I just always thought that I was just, it was just something not wrong with me, but I don't know. I don't know what I thought, but all I knew was that I didn't like the treatment. Okay? I knew I didn't like the treatment, and I hated what I saw. I hated what I saw in my family. I hated what I saw in others around me, friends, fake friends, people who I called my friends who were not my friends. Nothing within them was a friend. Okay? So, and nothing in my family was family. So I always wondered, why do people always want to do this to me? Why do they want to pick with me? Why do they want to pick on me? Why do they choose to say comments to me, slide comments out of their mouth, negative comments towards me? Why do they choose to try to embarrass me or to try to call me out in a crowd, to try to embarrass me? Why do people do this to me? You know what I mean? Never wondered why, never understood why, but I hated it. And so it didn't dawn on me that these type of people who do these things are considered haters. You know what I mean? They're considered haters. They want to downplay you so to make themselves feel good. Okay? That's a hater. So I didn't know this growing up. It just upset me. It just used to upset me. And I used to sometimes just not talk to certain people because of the bull crap. And then maybe I was, wait a few months and talk to them again and we would hash it up. But all in all, they still ended up being the same people that they were when I stopped talking to them. They never changed and they never were going to change. So it wasn't that I just needed to take a break from them. I just needed to delete them out of my life all at once. And as I got older, that's what I decided to do. I decided that I, Tiffany, deserve to be treated better than that. I'm a child of the Most High God. And this is for you as well. You are a child of the Most High God. You do not deserve to be treated the way people treat you. Okay? God delights in you. Okay? He cherishes you. You understand that? You are his jewel, his precious jewel. So you deserve to be treated like a precious jewel. You don't deserve to be kicked around and stepped on and laid down on your stomach and say, "Hey, walk over me." You don't deserve that. You don't deserve that at all. So again, as I wised up when I got older, I started deleting people out of my life. Some people I gave more chances, like say, my mom, my sister, people like that who were immediate family. But even them, I started cutting off slowly because I heard somebody say before, your blood relatives, family versus your blood relatives. People who you may call your family are only blood relatives. They shouldn't have the title of family, because family are people who build each other up. Family are people who stick together. Family are people who help each other. They don't bring each other down. They don't gaslight. They don't pick apart. They don't throw shade. They don't throw dirt. They don't team up with this one, team up with that one to come against you. They don't do stuff like that. So I slowly started to delete people out of my life. And God gave me the permission, because at first I started feeling guilty. I felt guilty. I felt very guilty every time I would close the door on certain people in my life, my immediate family. I would feel extremely guilty because I'm like, well, that's my family, you know what I mean? But what can you do? You are coming with light, and you're clashing with them because they're coming with dark. Okay? They want to appear as light. They want to appear as, oh, hee hee ha ha ha, I'm so nice, but really deep down they are ravenous wolves. Okay? They want to appear as light. You are coming with the true, genuine light, and they're coming with this false light. And it's but so long a real one can be around the fakeness, and the fakeness not be exposed. Okay? Your light exposes their darkness. So they can't be fake around a real one but for so long. And then you are not going to be able to tolerate the fakeness. You understand? So they're not going to be able to tolerate your realness, and their true colors are going to start to come out. Their mask is they're going to start melting. like I said before in one of my videos, like, you know how those movies where the person they're looking like a person, but then at night they turn into somebody else. They turn into some kind of zombie. That's who these people are turning into when the light comes around, okay? When the light within you from Christ comes around. So they can't handle who you are. And you don't want to be affected by the negativity, the negative, the when the mask comes off. You don't want to be affected by that. You don't want to keep being thrown through the dirt because these people don't want to change. They want to still be the ones who they misery loves company. They want certain people. How can I say? Certain people don't like you because when you step on the scene, you breed change, you breed goodness, and people who want to have this type of facade about themselves. They want to be the big kahuna of the family. They want to be the one that, you know, people flock to. And now you come on the scene and people are flocking to you, but they're flocking to you because you're genuine and you carry the light. They're flocking to them for negative reasons. Oh, you know, they have a connection. They gossip with each other every week. You know, they talk about this one. They team up with this one against you. You get what I'm saying? They have connections. They have bonds off of negativity. But when you come on the scene, you breed in positivity, and they don't like it. Your positivity will last. Their negative bonds will eventually break. It won't. Bad never outlasts good, okay? So you will always outlast them. Your connection with people will always outlast the people who just come on the scene and who want to be seen, known in your family, friends, whoever. They want to be known as this big kahuna, the one who, you know, everybody looks to, and, you know, they want to be seen as that. But you don't look for that. You just simply come on the scene and you be yourself. And you just being yourself causes people to flock to you. And it's genuine. But these people, they're fake. They have connections with people based off of fake-ish. You understand? Fakeness. They gossip. They have a you know, a little community gossip thing going on. They got, you know, this one teaming up with this one. You know, it's all negativity. It's all based off of negativity. But like I said, when you come on the scene, you breed positivity, and they don't like that. They don't like that you are just truly being yourself. You don't have to put up a facade. You don't have to put up a mask and try to be somebody that you're not, to have people be around you and flock to you. You don't have to do that. You just simply being you. And they hate that. So I'm saying all of this to say that back to the beginning, people withhold things from chosen people, okay? Chosen ones of God. They withhold things from you. They're withholding things from you. They're withholding kindness from you. They're withholding goodness from you. They're withholding certain blessings from you. But fret not, because they can't stop or block anything for you. So you are still going to be blessed. You are still blessed. Excuse me. And God is going to continue to bless you, no matter how much these people throw dirt, throw shade, and try to curse you. God is going to continue to elevate you. God is going to continue to bless you and prosper you. Hallelujah. Because you trust in God. You're not looking for a team, a crowd. You're not looking for an entourage. You're not looking for, what is it called? You're not looking for all of that. You're not looking for the fanfare. They are. And this is why you're different, because you come on the scene being genuine and just spreading love and light. And this is why you're always going to rise in life, because this is what you bring. They are bringing negativity, and they have negative bonds with those people that they're trying to impress and things like that. You don't have to do that. And because these people in your family, your friend circle, whoever, your church members, they don't like you, and so they are withholding good from you. They're withholding conversation. They're withholding, oh, can I help you with this? They're withholding a helping hand. They're withholding resources. They're withholding things that could possibly bless you. But like I said, fret not, because no matter what they try to withhold, no matter what they withhold, you are still blessed, and you will still continue to be blessed, because as I said in the previous video, these people think that they are that if they withhold something from you, that is done for you. There's nothing else. There's nothing else in the basket for you. No. God got billions and billions of things that he has stored up, that he has laid up for you. Treasures in heaven. Hallelujah. And the enemy can't stop or block that at all. Not even if he tried. So on the scene, it might look like, dang, I could have had this had they told me about this. Oh, it's looking like you missing stuff. But that's what the enemy wants you to think. But like I said, fret not, my sister. Fret not, my brother. Because the more they withhold, the more God's got something else for you somewhere else. Hallelujah. Like I said, God's working it out on the backhand. Hallelujah. So when they close their fist on you, God still got his hand open wide. And just because that blessing, just because a certain blessing didn't come from this hand, the one that tried to close on you, that does not mean that is closed, that blessings are closed on you for good. No, because God is using these people to test their hearts. I bring my daughter to you, and you treat her like this. You are doing that to me. You are doing that to Christ. So God is bringing you in your needy situation, your lack situation, in your needing a helping hand situation. He's bringing you on the scene to test people's hearts. And he wants to see who's going to open their hands and their heart. And this is how he tries people. And when people decide to withhold from you, they are withholding from God, and they are also withholding their blessings. I will bless those who bless Israel, and I will curse those who curse Israel. So just know, and this is not a retaliation message. This is not because we're supposed to pray for our enemies. This is not about me trying to say that we're going to get back at our enemies. No, that's not how God works. He has judgment stored up for God is the avenger. Hallelujah. And he has judgment stored up for your enemies to where you don't got to do nothing. You don't got to do a dang on thing. So all I'm trying to say to you is we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. So you don't got to go toe to toe with nobody. You just take it to God. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Hallelujah. So all I want to say is I kind of feel like I'm going around I'm trying to stay on the topic, is that excuse me, when people withhold from you, they think that's your only blessing, that Let me take this from her. Let me not give this to her. Let me not tell her about this. Let me not bless her with this resource, or bless her with this business venture, or tell her about this that can probably help her in her situation. Let me not tell her, because I don't want to see her rise. I don't want to see her rise above me, or even rise. Because some people are doing better than you, and they don't even want to see you get a crumb. They don't even want to tell you about, oh, there's a pantry over here on 7th Avenue. and they giving out free loaves of bread. They could have a mansion. They could have diamonds in a vault in their mansion. And they don't even want to tell you about a pantry with a few loaves of bread over on 7th Street. That's how bad the hate is. Yes, it is. When you are a chosen child of God, and this is not to big yourself up, so don't get all big-headed. No, I'm just talking real talk. When you are chosen by God, when God has picked you, people will hate you, and they don't even want to see you with the little teeny bitty bit of breadcrumbs. And it's sad. So what I'm saying to you is, people are trying to withhold from you, but that's okay. Be of good cheer, my brother, my sister, because again, what they close on you, the doors that they close on you, the hands that they close on you, they only closing it on themselves. They are only closing it. They think they're closing it on you. They think that that's your last crumb. They think that if they hold back from you, that's your last crumb, that you're not getting nothing else. But little do they know that when they withhold from Israel, they are closing the hands and the doors on themselves. And you will continue to rise. As I said, you will continue to be blessed. God is using you in your needy situation to test the hearts of man, to see, are they going to help my daughter? Are they going to help my son? Are they going to help my children? And when they choose to help you and open their hearts, they will be blessed. Their organization, their business, their family, and their children will be blessed. But when they withhold from you because they want to hate on you, and they don't even want to see you with a crumb when they got a mansion, even if they don't have a mansion, but they just don't want to see you be lifted up, even in the slightest. And so when they withhold from you, they are withholding from their own selves. And God is going to have an open door for you for somewhere else. He's going to bring you somewhere else. The blessings are always coming, and they raining in for the children of God. Hallelujah. They always raining in. So when somebody says no to you, don't take that as a no for good, because God got treasures in heaven for you, stored up in heaven. He got another avenue for you to another avenue for you to go to be blessed. You understand? Just because you went to this one place and these people didn't give you what you was due, that does not mean that you're in. They thought it was your end. They thought it was your last crumb. But God was only using that situation to test their hearts. And so now the door is closed on them. The opportunity is closed on them. The blessing is closed on them. But guess what? God got his hand open wide on you, because you did what he told you to do. You went and you sought and you found and you did what he told you to do, just as Moses did, okay? You spoke to the children of Israel as he told you to. And so you're going to continue to be blessed. As long as you're doing what God tells you to do, you're going to continue to be blessed. And again, those who close their hands on you and they think that that's your last opportunity, that oh no, she going down from here because I'm closing my hands on her and she ain't going to get nothing else. No, they're closing their hands on themselves, and you're going to continue to be blessed because God got another door open for you over here next door. Okay? So don't fret. So again, this message is about, if you ever experience, this is my testimony, but this is also me just trying to pull things out of you and to have you understand what's going on as a believer. Okay? If you've ever been in a situation, you've been to a church, in your family, in your friend circle, and you just feel like, dang, why why am I hearing about this from, why this person knew about this? Why they didn't tell me that? This could have benefited me. You know, why this person could have helped me with this, and they just looked right past me like they didn't even see me. And this could be in the church. I went to a church one time, and it was a holiday dinner. The lady, at the end of it all, I found out that the lady was just trying to keep the chicken for herself. Okay? She was a one of those matrons from the church. She was involved in the church heavily, whatever. She might have been like a usher or a deacon or something. She was a deacon or something like that. And she was heavily involved in the church. And it was a holiday